We just did the lighting this week because they finally got the courage to tell me that the light on this side was blending my golden dome in with the background, and it just looked weird.
It's been said before.
Yeah, but this time was
You see how my arm
coming to Jesus.
it was guys, we need to fix this.
Yeah. My arm is like blending into the whiteness of the wall.
And I want to do that. I'll do that on the fly. It's okay.
All right.
All right. Well, we are No More Popcorn.
Yes.
Welcome
thanks.
back, everybody. Yeah. So today we watched another Larry Cohen movie.
Oh yeah.
Same director as The Stuff. If you guys remember that, this one is Q, the Winged Serpent, or
Q.
Quetzalcoatl?
Yeah, how'd you say?
Quetzalcoatl.
Quetzalcoatl. Okay.
That's how I commonly hear it said.
Quetzalcoatl. That's what it looks like to me.
Everybody says Quetzalcoatl.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Quetzalcoatl because it says coat.
All right.
Well, let me see that thing there for a minute. If we look at the front,
Yeah.
its name is Quetzalcoatl or whatever, but all you need to do is just call it Q, because that's all you'll have time to say before it tears you apart.
I will say nobody said Q at all.
Q!
Yeah, it's true.
So it would be more.
Q!
Yeah.
Everybody always does this in movies, right as the thing's about to get them.
They don't seem. A lot of people didn't seem as shocked as seeing this giant serpent bird coming down to get them. They were kind of shocked, but not alarming enough just to run. They were just.
Yeah, the reactions, and it did have that feeling of the 50s movie, the black and white, and the woman's like...
Yeah, definitely, that's...
Or the guy, the mad scientist is like...
I think that was his ode to...
It cuts, it cuts, there's a flash of a claw or a little bit of a claymation thing, and then...
Yeah, I think that was Larry Cohen's ode to, like, King Kong and... all the giant monster movies from back in the day.
I mean, I'm trying to put myself in the situation. I don't know how I would react any better than any of them did. You know?
Just sit there, or even like
sit there. It's already like on them. That's the unbelievable part. I think it's like they
right.
didn't see this big.
Nobody's like,
coming.
"Hey, what's that?"
It's coming.
It's just suddenly. It's just like, ah!
Yeah, it's quick.
And then the one lady sunbathing topless started screaming before she even seen anything because her eyes were closed.
Right, yeah. She had the little things.
So she couldn't see shit. So what does she got to scream about?
I'm out of suntan lotion. No. But anyway, so we got Michael Moriarty, who we all love. Yeah, we talked about him before, though. He's a badass. David Carradine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No belt around his neck, though.
Yeah, a little kung fu. See, I didn't know any of this until tonight, so yeah.
Okay, for those of you that didn't know...
we have to talk about it.
Okay, David Carradine was found dead at his house.
No, he was like in fucking Thailand.
Oh, yeah.
Hotel.
Yeah, that's what it was.
He'd probably been banging underage hookers.
Yeah, he had a belt around his neck, like in a closet, doing autoerotic asphyxiation, and he died doing that. Brian just found this out.
I didn't know. When I first watched it, I was like, "Oh, it's the dude from Kung Fu." But yeah. Anyway, so hey, we haven't done this in a while. Let's do this as a description. Want to read it?
I mean, it's kind of sudden
for you to remember how to read.
No, I mean, it's usually Patrick's thing.
Well, I know. Let's switch it up a little bit. We got the light on the
I
different
like
side.
that the top one, the very top quote in gold lettering is, "Q is a genuinely entertaining film." It's genuinely entertaining.
That's it.
Terrific performance by Michael Moriarty. Wonderful writing by Larry Cohen. It's all a lot of fun. Recommended. Oh, that's Gene Siskel. Its name is Quetzalcoatl, a dragon-like Aztec god that is summoned to modern-day Manhattan by a mysterious cult. But just call it Q, because that is all you'll be able to say before it tears you apart!
Oh, they used that line twice?
Yeah.
Roasting within the top of the Chrysler Building, this fearsome monster begins raining blood from the bodies of window washers, construction workers, and rooftop sunbathers alike. Onto the Streets of New York. Director Larry Cohen. Parentheses, It's Alive and Maniac Cop. Maniac Cop, huh?
Yeah, that's definitely on my list.
Who was? Oh, the director of that. I thought I was saying there was a maniac cop in this movie.
He was the
There
maniac.
were a few maniacs.
Yeah.
Proves himself to be among the most creative, original, and intelligent American horror film directors with this bizarre masterwork. That's what TV Guy said. The fantastic cast includes Michael Moriarty from Law and Order, who's fun to watch, is what Robert Ebert said.
I think he's fun to watch.
As a small-time thief who finds the nest of the creature, and Richard Roundtree. Shaft! That's who that was. It was Shaft, the original Shaft. And David Carradine, of course, Kill Bill, as New York's finest. Hot on the serpentine tail of the bloodthirsty Q.
Nice.
There, I read it.
The one that I with Richard Roundtree, I kept trying to place. I'm like, I know him. So whenever I was on my phone, whenever we were watching, I was looking through his IMDb. It was 7. He played a really relatively small role in 7.
Oh.
I just kept trying to, like, I seen the scenes, you know, and I was like, God damn it! What
was he
that
like
in?
the librarian dude or
He's
something?
he's like he's on the police force
Okay.
again. I can't remember exactly what his role was, but I was like, that's it.
Yeah,
That's
he
where I know
mainly
him.
plays cop stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have grown to become a very huge Larry Cohen fan. I mean, this dude has a laundry list of movies that I haven't got around to seeing yet, but I'm continuing to order them. I'm actually in the middle of the It's Alive trilogy right now. On the second one. Obviously, we've done the stuff. We've done Q now. I've seen a couple more. I just can't remember right off the top of my head, but I think his stuff sort of stands out a little bit. I mean, even though you could tell that he's paying homage to a lot of different eras. And I feel like sometimes it's actually a little unintentionally because, you know, his movies are, you know, sort of more on the lower end or budget. But it's very, what do you call it, like, kind of like a guerrilla style filmmaking where he'll use a lot of, like, hidden cameras. A lot of the scenes you see in a lot of his movies, and this is a really good depiction of it with Q, is, you know, you'll see people on the city streets and they're all kind of, like, running around. And a lot of that stuff is
Just
because
people.
the actors will like jump in there and they'll start doing something. And people are like, "What the fuck is going on?" And they start running away because they're scared. They're like, "I don't know what's happening."
Am I gonna get shot?
yeah. So I think that's really neat. You know, I was bringing up to you guys during the movie too. I read up that that Larry Cohen, you know, it's very rare that he would ever get permission to film anywhere. So the Chrysler Building, that actually was in there. I thought that was pretty cool. I can't remember. There was something that he had talked about with whenever they were on, like in the, you know, with Q, the winged serpent up there in the very top. I feel like I want to say like, because they're up there shooting blanks and all this stuff, but they have to have like shells coming out of the guns and like people were like getting rained on with like all this like, you know, empty.
They allowed
Yeah, I get, yeah. But like I said, from what I remember hearing him talk about or reading was he was saying that they got permission to film up there, but they just didn't really know the extents that they were going to and what all they were doing. So I think that's really neat. And that is, I guess, something that, like, when I learned that about his style, I feel like it adds a lot to the movies, you know? Just watching how it's all done, I find it kind of is like a character of it. He uses his surroundings as a character.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. So Jimmy Quinn is our main guy. That's Michael Moriarty.
Yeah.
Is that his name?
Yeah. Jimmy Quinn.
There's some weird moments with him.
I love him because he is all over the fucking place.
Yeah, he's like
it's hilarious.
One minute you like him, and the next minute you hate him. Like he's just a likable scumbag.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
And you know, you actually pointed out something that I didn't really think about, like with his very bizarre and quick like transfer between behavior.
Yeah.
You know, is that supposed to be because he's like a recovering drug addict?
Yes.
And then, used to be a drug addict or something. Are you using again?
Yeah.
His girlfriend keeps telling him that.
But yeah.
So I wonder if that was part of his character, was him just being very sporadic.
Did they mention like how long he was off drugs?
No.
Okay.
No.
I mean, it felt to me, and maybe this has been mentioned, it feels like he improvised a lot of his lines.
I'm sure
I'm
he
sure.
does,
Yeah.
Because there's that one point where he was like, the cop gives him the 50 cents because he got ripped out of the million, and he's like, take that 50 cents and shove it up your small brain.
Your small gray brain.
Because it's so small.
No, I guarantee. I mean, I would be super shocked to find out that he did not.
I can't
There's
see
no
somebody
way.
sitting
Type
down,
that up,
people
yeah.
sitting down and writing that stuff
Right,
out.
right. I guess I was just more like trying to address, like, because sometimes he's very calm and sort of witty almost to a degree. And then he'll just go, when he's laying on that couch, like,
Yeah, he's just thrashing around.
What the fuck is going on?
So I didn't know if maybe that was like him and Larry sitting there together and like, okay, now remember, you used to do drugs.
Oh.
Saying. And then, that's it. Go.
I did enjoy the exchange after he did the just messing around on the piano. David Carradine's like, "Oh yeah, loved your stuff, man. Fuck off."
Yeah.
He's like,
what do you know?
What do you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was telling Patrick, you had already went outside. Michael Moriarty is credited in the credits as like that. That's his song, I guess.
Yeah, like when they
Evil
redid
Dreams.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think that was basically a Thelonious Monk. It was a standard.
Yeah.
This is your thing, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I recognize what
Yeah.
he was mostly doing. He was
Yeah.
just kind of, he was stretching it out and noodling around it, and then adding his weird scat.
Weird scat stuff on
His-
it.
yeah, the scat was it's pretty rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't the best. I did order the soundtrack. Yeah.
Did you get it on vinyl?
Cassette.
Oh.
That's the new thing now.
Yeah, I got
that's
some
the new hit.
cassettes. Yeah. Got quite a bit.
Those things, see, I grew up with those things,
Yeah.
and they sucked.
Yeah.
Take up so much space.
Like fucking...
No, they get eaten up,
Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
gotta get you gotta get a pen or
pencil,
a pencil,
yeah.
and
I bought a couple of cassettes. They're fucked. Can't
Yeah.
do the pencil trick at all.
Those are two trends that or not trends, I'm sorry, like when we got rid of VHS to DVD and whenever we got rid of tapes to CD, I'm like, thank God.
yeah, totally.
Fuck
Yeah.
this shit. This is stupid.
Oh, I gotta say, this movie it has this weird. I mean, it's a monster movie, but it doesn't really feel like a monster movie.
Not a lot of monster in it.
No, it's just has a weird dual tone to it because it's really more about Michael Moriarty's character. His fucking down and out. He's a shitty criminal. He's really not good at anything. He's just sort of a goofy loser. Lives in his girlfriend's house. She puts up with him, and he fucks up this crime. They're robbing this jewelry store, and he happens to stumble into where the monster's hiding, and that's kind of where the two get tied together.
Sure.
And then we've got like people being supposedly they're being sacrificed over here, and then we got the monster eating people off a rooftop. So there's like all this stuff going on.
Yeah.
And and it's like a monster movie that it feels more like a comedy / cop kind of movie. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely. I agree with that. I mean, it's one of those things that where I guess I have to ask myself which way I prefer it. Because let's take the newest Godzilla. Like I've seen all the cast and stuff, and I was like, they actually have an opportunity right now to write a good script and have like some character development and stuff like that, and they didn't take that route. The monster fights were good in it, but I still left the theater feeling sort of like shortchanged.
Yeah.
You could have done so much more with this. So I don't know what my balance is.
I feel like
on
this
that.
this is like the other side.
Oh, it is. That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying. I'm
totally.
trying to figure out, like, I don't know where I lie on
And
that. I don't know if I want more monster or if I want more story. Or...
I obviously wanted more monster.
Yeah.
I think they could have done some really cool kills.
I feel like that was.
Yeah.
It seemed like that was all up to budget.
Yeah.
It was like all the kills were so like you didn't see them happen. It was very much a scream and then a flash of something and then a body without a head or.
Oh, I love that first scene.
Yeah.
I love that fucking intro. The window.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
That's girls in the office and the window cleaners on her window that she's talking about. God, this she's on the phone with, you just assume like a coworker or a friend or something. Oh God, this creepy guy's back on the window again. He's out there whistling and loving life.
Yeah,
cleaning the window. A lot of squeaking, and then just like like they were talking about. Just once again, no one's seen this thing.
It's so
coming.
quick. Yeah,
even though he's suspended, like 60-something stories up in the air. So he probably should have seen this thing coming. But yeah, it comes down and it fucking rips his head off. You just see his body swing out and smack the glass, and it shows his decapitated head, or his neck, everything squirting out blood. I thought that was really cool. I liked that a lot.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just feels like those kills. It doesn't build up to them at all. They happen so fast. Like when it actually happens. Like you have the scene of the girl, like, she's on the roof. The guy's looking at her through the telescope.
That guy was not as scared as he should have been.
Yeah, I think he would have,
screamed.
But I mean, she gets naked and she rubs her, some oil on her tits or whatever, and then it's like scream dead. It's like so fast.
Yeah.
And they're all like that.
Which I guess is like it kind of just depends on how you look at it, because I'm thinking out loud, but like I feel like I'm a sucker for the method of let's show our monster at the end. Mm-hmm. I've always liked that method. So I feel like in that way it's kind of doing a good job. You're getting to know what this monster is without actually seeing like, oh man, it's quick. It's, it's really on top of not being detected before it scoops somebody up.
It uses the sun.
Yeah, but the
death from the sky.
But I guess, even with that, when you do start to see the monster, it's really not all that quick. It's just kind of
he's
big and clunky, so...
You can't make that stop motion very quick anyway.
Yeah.
It never looks quick. It's just it's slow, kind of slightly jerky.
People can't see it. It's too fast. He that's why he was so slow. He's like going so fast like the Matrix. Like they got to slow it down for you to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess people did have time to say... what is it? What's his name again?
Quetzalcoatl.
Quetzalcoatl. I was going to say Quincy. I don't know what I was going to say. Quincy's. I used to love that buffet.
Oh, yeah. Quincy's.
Yeah.
That nacho cheese.
Yeah. Nacho cheese with flies in it. Sometimes they were dead, sometimes they weren't.
Where was Quincy's at? Why does that sound
familiar? There was...
It's like
used
Ryan's.
to be Nader's. Like...
Oh, yeah.
That building that was Nader's.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, well...
Yeah.
Q is for Quincy's. More honorable mentions, I feel like, in this movie as far as fun times. I'm trying to think of all the death scenes, basically. Because, we have already touched on... I mean, the story and... It is more character-driven.
Mm-hmm.
It is about...
It's not really a lot about the monster. It's about the characters.
Yeah, it's not like you're seeing extended scenes of them like hunting this thing and it attacking or anything like that. That's not happening.
I do love the whenever he... So in that jewelry store heist, whenever he gets fucked up and the guys that are after him, and he lures them up to the top of the building. I like that quite a bit. I thought that was pretty fun. The big egg. There's a huge egg up there.
Oh,
this
I
thing
thought
has
we were
a
gonna
baby.
keep that a secret.
The egg?
Yeah.
Why did you want to keep it a secret?
To give the viewers a chance to watch the movie and get a surprise.
We never give them a fucking chance.
That's an Easter egg.
Never a chance.
That's an Easter egg. How long have you been?
Oh man!
Oh, I just came up with that.
You just came up with that.
That's all Quincy was trying to do.
I like the the puppet baby Quetzalcoatl being shot by all the cops.
I felt sad.
It was sad.
It just looked cool and cute, and then
Yeah.
it was sad because they were murdering it. Yeah.
This baby, you could raise this baby dragon up to do whatever you wanted.
Yeah, maybe he
You
was
didn't even
coming.
give it a chance.
Write it.
Maybe he was coming out of there to be like, "Hey, look, I'm nothing like my mother." Oh shit! Yeah. Dennis did leave and left it open for a sequel, which never happened.
2020.
I mean,
2020. I was gonna say,
I'll
like,
say Larry Cohen's still making movies.
Is he really?
Yeah, he is. If you go on his IMDb page, he's got, I think, another movie coming out.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'd be really curious to see.
he dead, bro.
No. I just,
He dead, bro.
He died in
know.
March.
He dead,
didn't.
bro. Well,
There was a
a movie
movie
could
coming
still
out.
come out.
yeah.
He might have finished
Is
it.
he like the Tupac of movie?
Well, yeah, I mean, some of my favorite authors are
Yeah.
dead, and they still put out
Yeah.
books
It's
every
true.
year.
It's true.
Have you heard of the movie The Day the Clown Cried?
Yeah, we've talked about this.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be coming out next year, finally.
Right. Did Larry Cohen?
No. But it's a
Oh,
dude
that's-
that's already dead.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's that movie.
That
was
movie.
like sealed.
That's either the greatest movie of all
Yeah,
time or the
yeah.
worst movie.
That's right. Okay. Well, I just didn't know if you knew he was dead.
we gotta do that. We gotta do that one for the show.
No. They don't
Clown
look
one.
like his older stuff, though, for the newer ones. We just
Live
gotta sit.
action fact checking.
Yeah.
Larry Cohen. He could have had like 5 movies in the bank.
2010 upcoming projects.
Here we go.
Oh, he's just getting a credit. They're redoing Maniac Cop.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Starring The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Nobody's tied to it yet.
Here,
though.
make sure he is dead. I don't want to put my foot in my mouth. I'm pretty sure the bro's dead,
Hey.
though.
Is he dead? It's Alive 2009.
But he's not.
No. Yeah. Sorry.
It doesn't
But-
say if he's alive or dead on his fucking.
Oh, born July 15th,
He ain't
1936.
look at that, man.
I can't
Graduated
believe that you
19.
would say
Died
that.
March 23rd of this year.
Even
Okay.
called the month.
Yeah, you
Still
did.
a movie
guys
could come
doubt
out,
me.
though.
No, I wasn't
Yeah.
saying. I'm just saying he's
Jeez.
dead. Jesus Christ, you guys are sensitive motherfuckers, ain't you?
I'm sad the baby
Yeah.
dragon died.
You're not sad about Larry Cohen. You're more sad about the dragon.
I was so excited. You said he's still making movies,
Yeah,
and then
2010. But let's see if he's... No, it still says in development, so I don't know.
he's got one in development.
I mean, it just says based upon the characters created by.
Wow.
But
Okay.
Well,
Well.
His last movie is called Messages Deleted. Yeah.
it's about an evil app.
A screenwriting teacher is forced to live out the plot of a screenplay idea he stole from a student who now seeks revenge.
Oh, I bet that's.
Grasping at straws, aren't we?
That's. What if we should watch that. We should. We got to get his last one.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, now we know.
Now we know.
He's dead.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's a
Motherfucker's
new movie coming out, remake of Maniac Cop. And yeah. So, y'all want to go ahead and start in on ratings?
Oh, I thought we were going to talk about us doing the sequel for The Winged Serpent.
Yeah.
We could do that.
Okay.
I didn't know this. This must have been when I was pooping.
Yeah, we were talking about it, and yeah, we're just going to do it.
We're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I won't play the Serpent.
It's gonna. Yeah, it's gonna be set in Nashville
Why Nashville?
because that's the closest, biggest metropolitan city to us.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
All right.
and we can give some homeless people food to be like extras.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we can do like same style like Larry Cohen, just do it out in the
We've been
city.
planning that forever.
Yeah.
Remember we were gonna hire all those homeless people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna touch you or anything.
I
I'm just
mean,
stretching my arm
you know,
out.
it's all right. You know, I don't care. I'm cool.
All right.
Yeah,
so
if you wanna get the ratings, that's cool.
yeah. So Q2. Q takes Nashville.
Q6 next.
Yeah. Anytime he hears a country song, he just fucking goes berserk.
Q.
That's what wakes him.
Q does Dallas.
But it's Nashville.
I'm thinking of the future.
Q does Dallas and it's set in Nashville. That'd be perfect.
Well, all right. Let's go ahead and give that movie a rating. If we're doing it, it's got to be a fucking solid 5.
Solid 5.
Yes.
Well, we should actually
fixings.
probably bump up our ratings. I would say 10.
Oh yeah, 10.
We'll bump it up for that one movie.
10 out of
Only
5.
that one.
Yeah, 10 out of 5.
No, let's get into ratings for the actual Q
Yeah.
doing Serpent. Who would like to start?
I'm gonna give it about.
I guess he wants to.
I'm gonna give it about a. I'm gonna get a 3.95 bucket of popcorn.
This keeps getting more and more complicated with you.
He's adding.
Okay.
Yes.
He's adding more behind the decimal.
Yeah, just my only issue with it, I wanted to see more of the winged serpent, do some more killings. And then especially like when the dragon dies. Is it a dragon or is it a fucking...
It's a winged serpent.
I mean, is it a serpent if it has 4 legs?
Yeah, it's a...
I mean, lizards have 4 legs.
Yes.
But do you call a lizard a serpent though?
I mean, no.
That's my thing. But I still would have liked to see Q, after it died, fall down onto a bunch of people and splat. That did not happen. But yeah, I would like to see more deaths by Q.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think they must have been hampered by the budget, the special effects. I did like, later on, near the end, it shows the serpent a lot, and it was very reminiscent of some Harryhausen kind of effects. But then, like, sometimes it would look cool, and then sometimes it looked really bad. They're trying, they're doing different kind of special effects,
different people
techniques,
working on it.
and like when the guys are getting when it's
flipped.
all the guys are like shooting at it from the tower, and then they get knocked off, and it's like
The guy's falling.
it
but
looks
he doesn't
like
really
green
get smaller.
screen.
I
Yeah,
love that.
it's just like it's like an action figure that's just going like across the screen like this. Yeah, I mean, some of it looked cool, and then some of it didn't. But he's dealing with his he's gonna only do so much. I thought the cult angle could have been more interesting. Like they could have done more with the cult. Like that face skinning scene was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I liked what's his name's character, Michael Moriarty. He was very sporadic, and you never knew what that dude was gonna do one scene to the next. So I'd give this, once again, I'll go with a 4.
Yeah,
Okay.
what the fuck you know?
Yeah, no, I'm trying to be unbiased with this one because it's I feel like people throw this phrase around a lot, and I do myself too, but this one really does remind me of if I was a kid and had seen this, I would have just been overjoyed. Yeah. Like it would have been up there with Clash of the Titans and stuff for me, Do you think that's? I mean, do you think you might have been bored with some of the the other stuff though? I mean, as a kid, yeah, I guess that's a good point. But I mean, a lot of the monster movies and stuff, like I used to love Swamp Thing, and I don't really know how recently you guys have watched that. I dislike it now because of the boring parts. But as a kid, I really loved that movie.
You're just like sucked into it.
Yeah,
kids.
Yeah.
Sometimes kids can have a patience. I mean, they can watch the same movie over, and over and over again. So
sure, yeah. I guess I'm torn between giving it because I'm not unaware that it has its flaws. I don't really feel like there's a lot of like dragging moments in the movie. I mean, I feel like the only times I really feel that are what you guys are talking about as far as like, oh, let's get back to the monster. You know what I mean? I feel like that's why I feel the drag, but it is replaced with what I would consider to be some pretty good writing or ad lib stuff.
All that aerial footage. I mean, I think there's just like
there was a lot
with
of,
this like this music, and then just like
they probably
shots of the city.
Only had one day to do that, so they probably just used as much as they
could.
I'm
sure.
Yeah.
Some of the shots I think benefited more than others. Like there was that one of Oh gosh, I'm getting
with the kite.
David. What's his name? Carradine. For some reason, I was thinking Cronenberg. Carradine and the other cops and stuff. They're getting out of that. They're getting out of that like green car. Do you remember that scene? They're all like going into the Chrysler building. I'm pretty sure. I thought that was a cool overhead shot. I wish there would have been more actual overhead shots as opposed to just the helicopter flying around. And like you said, just it's clear that they were just kind of like, all right, let's just get some shots.
Didn't you say you seen something with a helicopter that they put wings on?
Oh, they totally did that. Yeah, they had the shadow of the helicopter, and then they did that really old effect, and I don't know what it's called. It's like hand-drawn shadow effect.
Oh, onto the film?
Yeah, like you would see it like Conan, you'd see that a lot. Like older movies, like a ghost effect or like a mist kind of effect would be like this painted thing.
Yeah.
So unless it was supposed to be that the dragon or the serpent was actually above the helicopter, which would make sense. So they're looking for it, and it's flying above them. That
where in the movie?
There was a scene that showed it showed the shadow of the helicopter, but then you could see the wing. It was a real shadow of the helicopter, but then you could see the wings of the serpent coming out of the side of the helicopter.
I don't know which way it's supposed to be on that.
I know. At first I just thought, they're just using that to save some money or something, or
just draw some wings on the.
But maybe now that I'm saying, maybe it was supposed to be that it was hiding from them because they were going. Yeah, they were going to look. They were going to look for it. They were going to the tower where he told them it was at. So maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, could be. I think overall, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stick with a bias or not. I'm going to go with the 4.5. I really had a lot of fun with this one. I think it's extremely enjoyable, whichever side of the fence you lean on. You know, if you want good characters and you want some pretty decent acting, or pretty good acting, actually, as far as I'm concerned, and you want some cool monster stuff thrown in there, I think you get the best of both worlds here. Could there have been more monster? Absolutely. But I feel like it was really well executed. Once again, I do like the way that it does save most of your actually seeing the monster stuff until the end. I've always appreciated that technique. I think it allows you to build suspense, and it didn't do it in a boring way. You know, when there have been monster movies come out over over the years and stuff here recently, and it seems like they all kind of just want to get it out there. Oh, we'll give them a little bit, and that'll give them a taste of what's to come. Which is nothing wrong with that, but
they're worried of the audience losing interest.
Yeah, just being like, where the fuck is it? It's something that I was really wishing with I know it's hard to do with a franchise that's already established, but with like Alien, when Alien Covenant was coming out, I was really hoping for like that. I'm like, okay, I want to see about an hour and a half of like some really good.
You want to see an hour and a half of like aliens
with no aliens?
No, I wanted to see that. And I didn't dislike that movie. I thought it was great. I thought it was really cool. It was actually a lot more violent than I thought it was going to be. But yeah, I mean, I sort of wanted the anticipation to be there. Yeah. I don't know why I expected it, but
I did like. It was funny at the end when they thought they had shot the serpent down, and then David Carradine is standing in front of that open
and it just pokes its head in. Yeah. Like, hey, what y'all doing? I don't know if you know, but this is my house. You kill my baby. Yeah, so I mean, I would definitely recommend it. I mean, I feel like it's going to bring out the kid in you. I mean, I think.
All right. I'll say I wish there was some more scat in it. Do you enjoy me some good scat?
Yeah.
Always likes that scat.
Yeah. Boppity boop boop.
Boppity boop boop boop. Cutie cutie cutie. He's a dragon and he eats your head. Next thing you know, you're dead. Barely beep beep beep. Bloody 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 bloody. And then whenever he's done with that, he's like, "Get me a fucking drink." At least you're not punching me anymore. Oh, that reminds me. Yeah, I feel like he's more of an alcoholic than he was a drug addict. Yeah. Alcohol's his main. That's his main thing. His main squeeze.
All right.
Well, we're gonna go lay on the table willingly and become sacrifices.
Yeah, let's scatter away out of here.
Yeah. All right.
I'm the Scatman.